When you're Latino, you're often either the only one or the first one or one of very few.
I remember taking that role and saying, am I the right person to lead this? There's never been a female, certainly not a Hispanic female.
I was most recently the Chief Operations Officer at Sam's Club. That's about a $65 billion business, responsible for about 110,000 associates and overseeing 600 stores across the United States and Puerto Rico. And before that was in human resources.
My last role, active role as a CEO, was with a company called Commercial Metals Company. I was brought in because I had background in operations and steel businesses, and the company was struggling.
My most recent role was as the CEO of the Central Region, which is generally the Midwest for United Healthcare for Community and State, which is the Medicaid vertical.
So I can't say I started at the bottom, but I didn't start at the top either. But I did spend 30 years with the organization, and I moved my way up leading the editorial department, moved over to the business side, eventually became Chief Operating Officer of the company, and then was named CEO. And I ran the business for over a decade.
I wanted to make a difference. Okay. And I wanted to feel like I was doing something extraordinary.
I would say that part of my career, if I analyzed it, was very serendipitous. It wasn't planned. And I think it's because I said yes to things that were unexpected opportunities that others might have said, no way would I do that. And it expanded kind of my portfolio of capabilities as a result.
My boss, who was the head of business and legal affairs for Sony Pictures, he took me under his wing and would give me all kinds of different assignments.
As I think back about my career, early on, there wasn't much diversity in the boards that I mentioned, and other than principally white males who were directors. That started to change. I knew that on the board that I was responsible for, the Commercial Metals Board, that we needed to strive to continue to diversify.
I really credit my experience in human resources, making that jump outside of my comfort zone to the success that I had in my first corporate officer position.
After all these years working for PepsiCo in 30 years, the piece that I am most proud of actually was the piece of developing talent.
Early in life I realized, and I learned from my father, that there was a lot of ways that you could contribute to the world.
I ended up taking the job, and it was probably truly one of the best things I could have done career-wise, because not only for myself, it gave me a lot of confidence in the ability to lead a large organization, but also that, you didn't have to be the expert that knew every detail of how these jobs were done. You had to ask the right questions. You had to be able to paint the picture, the vision of where the organization could go, and you had to develop the people around you